Hello, and welcome back to the history of the railways of New South Wales and the Lego&Trainz YouTube channel. In today's episode, we will be uncovering the history of one of New South Wales' lesser-known locomotives, the M36 class. This was the third class built for the New South Wales Government Railways. The class worked on mixed traffic duties in the early days of the railways. This included goods and passenger services. As a result, their design had to reflect the purpose they were intended for. As the first four locomotives on the railway began to age, they needed a worthy successor to take over from their duties. Therefore, much of the design features of the M36 class was similar to the first four engines, with improved and newer technologies. The M36 class kept the 042 wheel arrangement of the first four engines, but were built with heavier, larger, and stronger parts, including their cylinders, frames, and firebox. The class had a fitted sandbox, allowing for trains to grip the rails on wet and icy rails, or on steep hills. All of these improvements allowed for a larger tractive effort, allowing for more steam to be produced, resulting in higher speeds and longer loads. This was perfect for the growing railways of the time, as more people trusted the trains for transportation to and from work, while businesses also trusted them to move their goods from the rural hubs to the bustling ports, suburbs, and cities. Possibly the most notable and important feature of the class was their covered cabs, for better crew comfortability, allowing for them to operate the trains better without having to worry about the harsh conditions. The M36 class was built in Sydney and was built in two batches. The first four was constructed by the Mortstock Engineering Company between 1870 and 1871, while the second four were built at Everleigh Railway Works between 1876 and 1877. A total of 8 engines were built and worked between 1870 and 1904. In the early days of the railways, not many documents or records were kept, especially with smaller classes, such as the M36 class. As a result, it is unknown what lines the class worked on. However, it is likely that due to their covered roof and overall design, that the class worked on suburban passenger runs and short-hauled goods trains in the Greater Sydney region. The class likely ran trains from Sydney to Penrith and Campbelltown, making frequent stops at stations such as Redfern, Newtown, Granville, Parramatta, and Blacktown. In their life, the class saw all three versions of the Sydney terminus, from the early designs with a single track and platform under a canopy, to a 6-track terminus with improved facilities including waiting rooms and a brick structure, with dedicated goods facilities becoming a real railway and transportation hub. The final version had 11 platforms at the time of the M36s, and is still being upgraded today with a total of 26 platforms for country trains across the country and interstate to lines through the CBD and over the harbour, and the new addition of the Sydney Metro from Tallawong to Bankswood via Chatswood and the city. The class has a spotless record, with no recorded crashes or major disasters, although it is still likely there were minor incidents that have gone unreported or undocumented. In preservation, one member of the class survives at the New South Wales Railway Museum in Thilmere. At Thilmere, you can see a variety of trains on static display and get to experience the full glory of engines, such as M78, the only survivor of the M36 class. In addition, you can even ride behind trains from Thilmere to Buxton weekly. If you want to show off your passion for the M36 class or any other engine made for the New South Wales Government Railways, check out our store for premium t-shirts that show off your passion and give you the motivation and inspiration you need to chase your dreams. From vintage trains to classic cars and our own brand of t-shirts, you can get the support you need. Check out our store, link in description. For more history of the engines of the railways of New South Wales, check out the link in the description and stay tuned for more content every Tuesday and train spotting every Sunday. Thanks for watching.